Hey folks, is Nick here. I see Jose, I see Kevin. What's up, gentlemen?
How you guys doing?
Oh man, I am flipping fantastic. How are you guys?
Can't complain.
Excellent. Kevin's talking, but he is on mute. Kevin, I will unmute you so you can.
Let me see how to do that.
Looking at, I got to go do a drive-by to a lead that I got from, I think I told you guys I was looking into BNI, and I went to one in East Boston, and they're about to launch. But then I realized that I got some good word that there's actually one in Somerville. So I was like, what am I going to East Boston for? So I reached out to them. You can just literally go to their webpage and find people's emails. It's crazy how easy it is. So I contacted them and said, hey, I'd love to come and see what you guys are all about. You guys are closer. You guys are on Tuesday instead of Friday, which is great. And then the lawyer was like, hey, let me set you up with the lead guy. He's a broker. So he contacted me, and he was like, hey, I got this lead in Cambridge. It's off market if you want to take a look at it. So I want definitely, Cambridge numbers are bigger. So it's a little bit out of my comfort zone, because some of them I don't need to do like really comps because I live there and it's a lot easier. So actually this morning I watched your video just on pulling comps, just to get a quick refresher and just to improve my skills in that area.
Cool. Because MLS access, obviously, right?
Correct.
Cool. Nice. We're going to be updating that video as well, as you can imagine. I think that was for a little old, right?
Yeah, 2010.
Yeah. That was an old video we did for training agents back in the day. So we'll be doing a new one of those. But
yeah,
cool. Did it still help you? I mean, it's the same premise, right? Living area, bedrooms.
Well, yeah, it is a lot of the same stuff. Nothing's really different. But as you know, my brokerage is not as close. So it's always like, okay, I got to send them an email. Then they got to respond back. So looking at videos and stuff like that, it's also beneficial. Plus, you can learn how to do different things from different people. Everybody does something different. And, when I was in the military, someone once said, if you want to be a good leader, you find 3 or 4, and then you copy what you like, and then you put it together and then become your own leader. So it's kind of the same concept.
Nice. Awesome. Nice work, man. Cool. We have one. Let's see. If anyone wants the deal, where is it? It's on Rob, the single family that I looked at the other day. It was crazy. It's in Somerville. You probably know it, Jose. It's 124 Heath Street.
Yes.
Do you know that one?
Yes.
You can have that one if you want.
I know the agent.
There's no agent. It's off market. Is there an agent now?
I believe there was, unless it's another Heath Street, unless there's another property on that street that's going, or it might be one on Moreland. So,
okay, there's a 3-family there that is under construction and about either pre-listed or about to be listed. That was for sale, I think, 6 months ago by an agent that went to an investor. But this guy, we got this lead from our lender, actually. It was we got this lead from our lender, and it was a guy her father died. He's a huge developer in Cambridgeport. I guess really high-end builder developer he was 80 years old, and he died, and his son, who's a banker, just took over, I guess, all of his projects that he still had left. And this specific one, he wanted to throw it out. The banker's just obviously not prepared or ready to handle these construction projects. This one was a complete shame. It's awesome, and it's really cool to watch, but if you have a chance, drive by it. It's the guy was building a single family for himself on this oversized lot on Heath Street.
124, correct?
124. Yeah. And if you go in there is like 40 to 50 LVL beams all over the place. It's like massive open construction, like 6 hip roof gables. He built like this massive step down library. He's got a really funky upstairs layout, but
is it a rehab or no? Is that for
he was building it for himself. It was a custom build just for him to live in. So that's the problem, right? So the guys want I think he wants 1.2 million for it.
Yeah.
And but here's the thing, right? besides the fact that these guys just put in $250,000 in rough framing, right? That's all, only framing. That's all they did.
Yeah.
It's, he could get the 1.2, but someone's going to have to squash the house and build 3 condos. We just checked it with the planner, and it's good for 3. But it's like, talk about having to squash that much money in frame, I don't, it's like,
Yeah.
go check it out. Do a drive-by. The house is crazy. You can probably sneak into there's a fence that you just roll up.
Rob, offline, if you like, I can go over my deal if you guys want to take a look at it also too. The one in Cambridge is going for roughly the same price, about 1.2, but it's in Cambridge, so as you know, and it's not. So let me see. I can tell you the address if you want, Rob. Can Rob hear me?
Rob can hear you, but he is on mute. Rob, I will unmute you as well. Bloop.
Oh, all right.
There you go.
I am.
Rob, you can hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm looking at it's 111 Throbridge Street.
Broadridge?
Throbridge, like Trowbridge.
Got it.
And it's gonna be unit 7 because it's gonna be a couple of different units there. It's a single family, and yeah, it's going for the guy says 1.2 roughly, and that's what they're looking for. I just got that lead literally like maybe an hour before you guys came on, so I haven't had a chance to drive by. I just looked at some stuff off the public records for Cambridge, and I was on MLS, and you guys came on.
Yeah. Cool.
That's awesome. Nice work, Jose. Fabuloso. You just want us to help you analyze it, you mean? Or you want us to see we want to buy it from you? Either way, it doesn't matter to us.
I'm looking for both. What I wanted to do, I want to see if Rob can analyze it, and then I want to analyze it and see how close my numbers are to his to see if we're in the same ballpark. Just to give me a gauge of how well I'm analyzing it.
What are they looking for as far as price, though?
Roughly 1.2.
1.2. Interesting. Yeah, it'd be hard to find comps because let's see, you're all over the place here.
And you just keep it as a single, Jose?
I don't want to keep it. Honestly, everything I want to do is roughly around the Somerville area and the part of Somerville that borders Medford too. That's really where I really want to focus. But I also do know that I need to eventually start getting out of my comfort zone. And
I love that answer. But actually, I was just checking. Were you going to keep it as a single family or turn it into a duplex, triple, whatever you could do with it?
The city will allow me. I'd have to ask the city.
Yeah.
I have never dealt with the city of Cambridge.
Okay. But I hear you help put them out. You help them put out fires all the time. So.
Oh, yes, we do. We had a fire actually last night in Somerville.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, were you on last night?
The guys are joking around. They go, "You gonna slip your business card down?"
That's a way to do it. You're a first responder.
Yeah.
First lead in the door. That's awesome. Cool. I love Rob's comp place.
This is really hard to comp out, to be honest with you. There's a 2,000 square foot house that's sold for 1.4, and there's a 2,200 square foot house that's sold for 2.1, and they're both renovated. So it's like and they're both within half a mile. So this isn't the easiest one to figure out because they're both roughly the same lot size. Well,
Welcome to Cambridge.
yeah,
I want to pay 2.6 for this single family. Well, I want to pay 2.1 for this one. All right, we'll both buy them together.
Yeah,
I'll just overpay.
you're just there's so many cash buyers they don't even really
Yeah,
care.
they're not even caring, right?
There's no appraisal to care about. So
Yep. That's your market there, Jose, right? It's your Asian buyers essentially that are just trying to get. Rob, they're still doing that, right? Just parking money into the country, right?
Yeah, I said that the Asian market has been buying a lot at Assembly Square. They have condos for like 800,000. They've just been buying everything.
yeah,
Got it. Okay.
it seems to be interesting.
Rob's related to those people, so I wanted to ask him. Every time I defer to Rob.
Not really.
Am I being gentle? I'm being gentle. I'm just kidding. Never mind. I'll stop. I say lots of things without thinking. I know you guys don't know that about me.
It's all good. Yeah. So it looks like it's Trying to figure this out. It's farther away from Harvard Square. I think you're more in like the 1.5 range, to be honest with you. I mean, there's a 1,300 square foot one that sold for 1,225. But I mean, who the hell knows what people would be willing to pay?
Yeah. Cambridge is.
You just never. It's like rolling the dice. It's pretty crazy.
Well, I'm just excited that the leads are starting to come in. The business is being structured properly, so then I get to do more with looking at these comps.
How'd you get the lead?
Like I told you, when I went to the BNI in East Boston, and then I got in contact with some people with BNI in Somerville because I want to go visit their BNI. It's a lot closer, and they meet on Tuesdays. And one of the guys was just like, "Hey, I got this lead. If you want to take a look." He's a broker out in Cambridge.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the easiest when it comes to those, I like to call it the nosebleed prices because they're so high. Obviously, there's a lot more risk if you get a little hiccup and your numbers are. If your numbers are off 10%, you're a $200,000 mistake on a $2 million property. So.
Well, my exit strategy that I was thinking about is just getting a more experienced developer in that area and pretty much just let him take the lead. Say, hey, what do you think? It's.
Oh yeah. I would what I would do is just try to get the deal under contract and then just go around and try to partner with people or wholesale. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
So that because taking that putting that much money down is obviously it can be expensive because it's over $1 million right there.
Yeah. Exactly. That's why I would try to get like a more experienced guy and just let him take all the risk. I'll take whatever is left at the wholesale fee. It's better than zero.
Yeah. Most likely. They probably just want to buy it from you, but whatever you want to do. Yep.
Nice. Good stuff. The lead's coming in the door. Kevin, I'm on you, man. What do we got going on in your world?
Well, I cleaned my desk.
Excellent.
I've attended some computer classes.
Oh boy.
Smartphone classes. I subscribed to that off-market leads thing there, the subscription to the website.
Yeah.
And actually, I found a property that I had been looking at for a while, but it was like a tear down.
Yeah.
And I noticed it was just sold on January 31st. The guy bought it for $100,000.
Yeah. Where was that? What town was that in, Kevin?
Right, Tingsboro, right near the Lake Muskopic.
Mm-hmm.
I can give you the address if you want it. It's 1 Davis Street.
You already bought it, right? So yeah, the deal's gone to somebody else. Good. All right, it's not good, but I get it.
Well, I mean, I was wondering, do you think he might have paid too much for that property? Because
no idea.
I mean, he's going to have to rebuild it. He had to tear down the property. The houses in that area are comping at like $340.
All right. You know what? This is a good opportunity. I'm going to do a share screen, and we're going to run comps on this, okay?
What town is this?
What's up?
Tingsboro. Tingsboro.
Oh, Tingsboro, okay.
All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Nope.
No.
Oh, yep. No.
Great.
Get my magnifying glass out.
Can you guys see my face too, or can I pick my nose?
No, we can see you.
Oh, great. Okay. All right. So we're going to go to Tingsboro. So what was the address again?
1 Davis Street.
1 Davis. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check to see if this has ever been on the market in the last 40 years, because that would give us a good property sheet on it.
I know it was an inherited property.
Okay.
And it was really run down.
Yep, it has not been on, so that's okay. It's not here. So next thing we do is we would go to that off-market leads, which is actually exactly what you did, Kevin. That's you really do have a magnifying glass. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
That's awesome. So because it's not listed, the next step, offmarketleads.com would get us the whole thing. In fact, I wonder if I can switch over to that. Can you guys still see my screen if I do this?
Yep.
I can see it.
All right, cool. Let's do this one then. 1 Davis Street, Tingsboro. Tingsboro. So here's a trivia question. Is Tingsboro spelled with a U-G-H or just an O? What do you guys think?
It's spelled both ways, but you can get it with a B. I tried it each way, and I just did the O-R-O, and that came up.
But it's either right or wrong, though, Kevin. I mean, which one is it?
Hello?
I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm here. Are you here?
Well,
I was just messing with you.
yep.
Okay, let's try this again.
All right. Good.
Tingsboro.
Okay, you got it.
You back up? There we go. All right, you guys can see my screen?
Yes.
All right, cool. One family residential. It's assessed at 121.8. We don't give two craps about the assessed value, but it does say it's 3 beds and 2 baths. So he pulls this not just from public record, but he does cross-check this against a few other databases, which makes it actually more accurate than public record. He did say to me that he also has, I don't know if this particular town he has access to, but he does have ins with a lot of the code inspector towns that are online data for their permits. Okay, old style, unsound building condition. That's sexy. 1900. Okay, so here's what we're looking for. I look for beds. We have 3 bedrooms. Living area is 2,000 square feet. Just checking it out. Forced hot water. Basement's got 504 square feet of unfinished space. All right, let's take a look now. So I'm gonna go back to MLS here. All right, you guys still with me?
Mm-hmm.
All right, what was the zip code there? I forgot.
01879.
Oh, he's so fast. All right, let's try that. 01879. I'm gonna switch the off-market time frame now. So we're doing this as a regular comp check. So all we care about, I do this actives and the solds. Typically comps, you guys should know, are only under agreements and solds and contingents, essentially. That's really what's selling. In this market, though, I like to look at it all together because it shows you what's also your competition, okay? So we'll do 3 bedrooms.
I don't know where you
What did we say living area was?
2,000 square feet.
There it is. So we're going to start with the plus and minus 200. Oh, my. Forgive me, I got to plug my laptop in.
You got to put a radius search too.
Hi, everybody.
What's up, Dickens?
Good, Dickens.
Good.
Dickens got reprimanded today for giving a guy an offer.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Dickens.
why was he reprimanded for an offer?
It was that stupid house you're talking about that they said they wanted 40 to 50,000. So Dickens presented it, and the guy said, "Please stop texting me." That was his response. we gave him 50. I wrote it off for $52,000, which is apparently supposedly more than what he wanted, and he just laughed at us. So whatever. I don't know why you would ever. Why would you tell someone on a phone that you want 40 or 50 grand?
I don't even know. I mean, is it possible your guy typed it in wrong? Maybe no. I don't know.
No, this was on the phone. This is the ISA as a short sale. This was somebody called them and wrote it down. So unless they totally didn't understand, it was 400 to 500 or something, but that makes no sense.
Maybe he want 50,000 profit because I send you the pictures.
I don't care, whatever. Yeah.
Dickens, I'm proud of you for having one more rejection. Good for you. One more on the way to yes.
You're almost to you're closer to a deal.
All right, so I'm here. I switched the time frame. It defaults to 6 months. I go back 12 months because that takes into account seasonality. Mm-hmm. So if, with like winter markets versus spring markets, I know that appraisers will typically only take 6 months, but I'm going to do that, especially with lack of inventory. There's only 2 comps right now that meet our criteria.
It's Kingsborough too. There's a lot of room out there. Exactly.
So Rob just said there's a lot of landscape, there's a lot of mileage in Tingsboro. So what I'm going to do is pull this out to 1 mile. We're trying to get 4 to 5 is the magic number here. So let's see if we get it. We have 3, which is good. It's good, but I'm going to keep going.
If you were in East Boston right now, you'd have 276 sold comps. So.
That is true. All right, I got 4. 4 is good enough typically. I always like to click this little map button. This is obviously the MLS version of pulling comps, right? So if you don't have MLS access, you'd use the other way, which is the way I taught you guys to complete deal flow, which is a terrible, terrible way of doing it. And you should just get a real estate agent who can do this for you.
Yep.
Or do it the way that it says to, because I was pressured to give you those ways in the system. So here we go. Are these the comps you pulled up, Kevin, when you ran your comps?
No, I'm just looking on the solds on realtor.com, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, these are all sold.
I didn't go into it too deeply because I knew the property was sold, but I
Okay.
was just wondering. I figured maybe he might have paid too much for it.
Gotcha. Well,
Is
so
that
here's
gonna
what
be-
we do.
Are those new constructions or no?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Are those new constructions? It's a tear down, isn't it?
This is a.
Yeah, Kevin's saying it's a tear down.
Are you sure it's a teardown?
Yes. No, that's definitely not the house.
No, this is a comp right now.
I'm just looking at a comp.
Oh, yeah, that's a comp. Right.
Teardown.
That's gonna be hard. It's probably not. I mean, you only got 4 comps in general, so finding new construction is gonna be a chore.
I just why I just don't. It's well. It says unsound. Let me see
Yeah.
this. Let me see this thing here.
There was a tree growing out of the building.
I think it's fair to call it a tear down, Kevin. I think I have to side with you on that one.
No, I'm refusing. I want to see Google Maps showing me a tree. I'm excited.
Unless that was the aesthetic they were going for, but I doubt it.
Maybe they were health conscious.
It's very possible, yeah, maybe.
Oh, there's a tree. Oh,
That's the house, yeah.
Maybe not a tear down.
And they seem to have cleaned it up some.
They've cleaned it up since this, you mean?
Yes.
That's a picture for
I mean, they
2012.
cleaned it up before that.
Yeah, that's
Before the
2012.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that it can be worse. That's a picture from 2012.
I agree. This is, it's funny. I literally did the house. If you follow this street this way, you go into Beach Street. It was the new
Yeah.
construction right over here. I did that one a few years ago. One of my only I lost money on. So I know this house very well. In fact, I think I've been sending mailers to this house for a long time. All right, cool. So someone
The owner lives in Westford, I know that.
Okay.
Well,
So
the old owner did.
looking at this house the way it is, I don't think I would call this. I mean, is it close to a teardown? If it looked like this in 2012 and it hadn't been touched since, yeah, I know the house you're referring to. I know that it looks really, 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 really ugly. But that said, let's see. I'm gonna just do this anyway. If we do, you guys can still see the screen?
Yep.
All right, let's go here. All right. This is what I showed you guys at the deal flow session. I'm going to go down and just make a new row all the way at the bottom here. All right. Just for fun. So we have 1 Davis Street, Tingsboro. Actually, before I even do this, do I have it in here? I don't think I would. Davis Street. Nope. Okay. So we have 1 Davis Street, Tingsboro, Mass.
Yeah, but
That's not the MLS number. I put it the wrong way. Whatever. Okay. Okay. ARV. So that's where we have our comps. If we assume for a minute that this is that it could be rehabbed, we're pretty much close to, so we have a 3-bed ranch, a 3-bed colonial, a 3-2 colonial, and a 3-2 colonial over here. So in my head, we're between these two numbers, 396 and 460, right? So now I'm going to look at these two, and this is obviously a nicer lot, a much nicer, well, the home we're looking at for ARV anyway, vinyl siding, hot water tank, electrical service, pool under yard and pool fencing, driveway, well pumped. Title V is completed. That's good. Includes 500 square feet of heated in the basement. Okay, so this one's it's a good solid. Look at that basement. It's a nice basement and everything. So very nice backyard that we could never beat because our lot is just not as nice. All right, so now at this point, this is my new high number, I'm pretty sure. So I'm thinking that instead of being over 400, but let's look at the other ones before I say that. This is the next one in line. 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, spacious open kitchen, sunroom. Oh yeah. Lack of inventory. It's so funny what people will pay for when there's no inventory, huh? Look at that. It's not really even updated. We had an old kitchen in there. This lot though is 1 acre.
What is our lot size?
Um, 0.34.
Third of an acre.
Yeah, this is a colonial. It's tough to, ours is more of a gambrel style, so it's hard to compete. Colonials are the most desirable homes, right? Except for ranches right now. I'm looking at these 4 numbers though. I'm at now, because we looked at that first comp, I mean, I'm at max value here of even less than this because our subject property, let's look at this one again. This is a 0.73 lot. Look at this lot. It's beautiful, right? Big front yard, big backyard. Davis is a corner lot on the main route, right? And Davis. So you're kind of on a busy street there.
Yep.
I'm gonna in my head, the numbers that's in my head right now is about 380 or 3799 to be under that comp because we're not as good as this house, and this house sold for 396. And I made an adjustment for about 16 to 20 grand. I would be more than that because of the lot, because of everything else, but the market's so scarce right now with inventory. I think that 380 is a reasonable number to go for. If it was completely redone, we're talking skylights, we're talking, the granite kitchen, the stainless, this open floor plan. Like this house, it is possible to turn a crappy house like this into like a beautiful new rehab. It is possible.
I would have to argue. Yeah, I think I would push the comps. You ran comps on active. There's nothing active. There's nothing there.
There's nothing there at all. Okay. So we say 380. I just make this number up. So if I'm doing my rough analysis, which is what this is, I'm going to make this number up completely. And I am going to go high on this. I'm going to, because of it might have a septic issue too. So I'm going to say 160,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Given the fact that we all want to try to make 20%. I'm way too far down. It's okay. So profit. So here's what we do, right? Here's the formula. You guys went through this already, but we take the ARV times, right? It's the ARV times our profit. This is going to give us our profit dollar amount. So we need to make this amount. Our max offer is our ARV. We're going to take out 12% soft costs right off the top, right? Real estate commissions, holding costs, and legal fees, minus our rehab, minus our profit. And there's our max offer. Did he overpay at 100?
No, he paid 100,000.
Yep.
Right.
So we would, if rehab was 160, we would pay 107,000. Okay.
Yep.
So technically, it's possibly a good deal. Maybe, he knew the guy. He followed up way more than we all did, right? Maybe if I was just sending mailers out for the past, 4 or 5 years. I never put them in our digital CRM. I never put them in our text and voicemail follow-up. Maybe we all could have gotten that deal had we done a better job at following up. Maybe that guy was the next door neighbor, right? I know in that neighborhood specifically, there's tons of construction guys over there. But
Yeah.
That is how we do the quick analysis and the quick comps on a deal. So that was a good one to share.
I know that the new buyer actually did tear it down.
Okay, Kevin.
All right.
Join us next time on our Zoom meeting for new construction comps.
Yeah.
No, but the quick excuse me, I don't want to spit at you guys digitally. The quick way of doing new construction check We only bear in mind we have 1 minute left in this meeting. What I'll tell you guys too while I'm doing this, we have our meetup this Tuesday night. Whoever can come, it's at 397 Hayward Mill Road in Concord, Massachusetts. That will be almost a finished product again. 397 Hayward at 6 to 8 p.m. in Concord. And what else do we have going on, Rob? That's it.
That's about it for now.
All right. We'll have another meetup in Chelmsford coming up at some point next month. All right. So for new construction, and this will probably cut me off in the middle of this, guys. So I love you, and shut up and do it while I'm doing this. How's that? But here we go. So in Tingsboro, this is the only time price per square foot is allowed. So in 2006, our actives and sold, there have been 5 new constructions built post 2015. So in the last 2 years, and here they are. And our average sale per square foot is $261 a square. This is an okay number to use with a small adjustment made for a lot. Okay, so if the lot is not as desirable, like this Davis, it's not really that big and it's a corner, maybe we go to $230 to $240 a square for resale value. That means, right, we built a 2,400 square foot. Well, I can't put my calculator up, but you guys can do that math. 2,000 square feet times 261 would be resale. And you do the same formula as we just did in our quick and dirty analysis for that resale number versus construction costs. So here it is again, guys. ARV rehab, the formula here for the required profit, right? We shoot for a 20%, 12 to 20% in this market. And our formula here, there's our formula, times 0.88, because it takes off that 12% soft costs. Remember, that's 5% realtor commission, 4% holding costs, and 3% legal and acquisition fees. And then it takes out our profit. And that's how we get to our max offer. Does that help you, Jose?